Hello, I'm Ian Beavis and welcome to AMCI's episode 3 of This is Important from our LA headquarters. In this video we're going to cover stories that are not necessarily covered by other mainstream media, and the idea is to give you a sense and an understanding and context of what is actually going on in the industry to make you smarter. So you haven't heard much about China because of the trade tensions, but the Chinese auto industry is here and here in force. There are over 100 Chinese suppliers already doing business here in the United States, and they're operating in 24 states, and they are working with virtually every OEM. Why this is important? China is now in the industry in the United States and is getting tremendous understanding of the workings of all the industry and the supply chain. This will allow them to move very quickly once trade tensions evaporate. My point, in Europe they've been working the same way as the US for many years, and they are going to go from having no OEMs in operation in Europe to 4 in about 18 months. So just think about this. China has overcapacity at the moment, equal to or greater than the entire US car industry. They're going to have to relieve that pressure. At some point they're going to come into the United States. They've spent over $50 billion here already. So don't think about this as a retreat, think about it as a pause. They're coming. So last week I went to LA Commotion. It's in its 3rd year and it's maturing very, very rapidly. The idea behind Commotion was to find a better way to create an urban mobility ecosystem for Los Angeles. It's now matured where there are over 20 other cities involved, and it's starting to share best practices and starting to work together. They've gone past the Kellogg effect, which is to try and just do everything by yourself and ignore the government. It's now moving into a public-private partnership, which is really, really helpful. This maturing is now starting to talk about electrification, about smart parking, aerial mobility, and trucking and transportation autonomy in ways that was not talked about before. Plus, it is talking about level 4 autonomy and still now viewing level 5 as a unicorn. Why this is important? It's essential that urban mobility is fixed and looked at as part of the essential elements of any urban centre. It's essential for the health, happiness, environment and the productivity of all cities. Everyone in the place is going to be impacted, and the realisation that LA as a megacity can be an example for the rest of the world has not been lost. So pay attention to this. It's a movement that's growing in pace and size and will be impacting us all faster than we think. In closing, let me just say that the China story and the Commotion story have something connecting them. They are both transformational changes, and they are both examples of the evolution of disruption. Pay attention to these because they both will have huge impact on the industry in the future. Please send us your comments. We'll answer any comment that you send to us. And for example, Marty Hetherington sent a suggestion on transportation autonomy, and we'll be covering that story next week. Until then, goodbye.